Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Downtown in the rain, 9:30 on a Tuesday night, just to check out the late night record shop. Call it impulsive, call it compulsive, call it insane. But when I'm surrounded, I just can't stop. It's a matter of instinct, it's a matter of conditioning, a matter of fact. You can call me Pavlov's dog. Ring a bell and I'll salivate. How'd you like that? Dr. Landy, tell me you're not just a pedagogue. 'Cause right now I'm lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Oh. So I'm lying here, just staring at the ceiling tiles, and I'm thinking about what I think about. Just listening and re-listening, smiley smile, and I'm wondering if this is some kind of creative drought, because I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Whoa. You wanna find me, I'll be out in the sandbox, just wondering where the hell all the love is gone. I'm playing my guitar and building castles in the sun, whoa, 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 and singing fun, fun, fun. I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Whoa. I had a dream that I was 300 pounds. No, I'm very I floated till I couldn't see the ground. I floated till I couldn't see the ground. Oh, somebody help me. I couldn't see the ground. Somebody help me. Couldn't see the ground. Somebody help me. Because I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Check out the late night record shop. Late night record shop. Call it impulsive, you can call it compulsive, you can call it insane. But when I'm surrounded, I just can't stop.
There we go. Yes, Geeky Girl.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 hip. Hip, hip, hip. You're the first caller of the night.
Woo! Oh, hello.
Oh, there we go. That's the next song from the Bare Naked Ladies.
That's a great album. It's Gordon, isn't it?
Gordon. It's the first official album. They had cassettes and things before that, which are worth checking out.
Okay.
It's their first album, and it was. I heard that when on Capitol, when Capitol still used to play quite good music. Hey, here's a good album that I know none of you will have heard. Right? Do you remember the Crash Test Dummies?
Yes.
Right. What was their song?
Their big hit was
Right. And that was from the second album,
Oh.
which wasn't very good. Did you hear the first album?
Don't believe so.
The first Crash Test Dummies album. I don't know if I've got it on I'm not got it on the computer. The first Crash Test Dummies album was a flippin' masterpiece, and I've not got it on here. Isn't that outrageous? It was a masterpiece.
Well, I'm going to write that on my hands to look up.
Let me. Oh, let me play you the first bit. Hang on, right? Let me on it. Crash Test Dummies, right? Listen to this, right? Hang on a second. Oh my God, the first album. It's called The Ghosts That Haunt Me, right? Let me play you that. The Ghosts That Haunt Me, right? And then I'll play you one of the best songs you've never. And one of the most miserable songs.
Oh,
but one of the best, right? Listen, so this is upbeat, right? This is them upbeat, right? And this is brilliant. Oh, I've forgotten how good this was. Here we go.
There's a skeleton in everybody's closet. I can think of one or two in my own room.
Then wait till it gets to the bouncy chorus. They get to the bouncy chorus. I've forgotten all about the Crash Test Dummies. I wonder if these guys are still alive. Hang on.
Shake their bony hands and so dispel the gloom.
Listen, here we go.
'Cause you're so kind, I know you would not mind. Send away the ghosts that haunt me now. And things I fear just wouldn't seem so near. When I stroll out late at night, would be nothing rattling at my ears.
Here we go. Hang on. So they do that, right?
Oh, that was quite diddly-diddly-dee,
It was diddly-diddly-dee. But then listen to this. I'm going to play the most miserable song in the world, but listen to the first two lines. Flippin' heck. Listen to this. Oh, God, what a song. Here we go. Here we go. Shh.
I'm still young, but I know my days are numbered.
Flippin' heck! I'm still young, but I know my days are numbered.
Wow.
Hang on, we go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on.
He's making a little joke there. Right, hang on, here we go.
But a time will come when these numbers have all ended, and all I've ever seen.
Here we go. Listen to the catchy chorus. Here we go.
Won't you come to my funeral when my days are done?
Flippin' heck, there's a song in it! No, but it's beautiful! And then, right, last bit, because I know it's not really a music show, but do you know what? They do a song. I do what I want, isn't it? Listen to this. This is the best song ever about Superman, right? Here we go. This is, I'm 19 again. Here we go, listen to this. It's the best song ever about Superman, right? Ever.
Tarzan
gets to Superman in a minute.
Wasn't a ladies' man. He'd just come along and scoop him up under his arm like that. Quick as a cat in the jungle.
Here we go. Hang on.
But Clark Kent, no, there was a real gent. He would not be caught sitting around in no jungle scheme. Dumb as an ape.
Then listen to it, and the lady comes in. The lady's coming in with the harmony. Here we go. We've not heard her yet. Here she comes.
Superman
Oh, hang on.
never made.
Let me skip to the next chorus and the lady comes in, and then I'll stop and then we'll talk. Hang on, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Shh.
Forget Krypton and keep going.
Forget Krypton, keep going. Here we go. Here she comes.
Superman never made any money for saving the world from Sodom and Grundy. And sometimes I despair the world will never see another man.
Here we go. One more. Goosebumps. Here it comes. Here we go.
Tarzan was king of the jungle and lord over all the apes, but he could hardly string together for a word.
We'll play that later on. We'll play the whole song later on. That's a good song, isn't it?
There's a treat.
Good song. Here comes a cup of tea as well. There's a treat. There's
another one. I don't know many songs about Superman, to be fair.
I wonder how many songs are there, and that mentions Solomon Grundy, which is like an obscure Superman villain, if I've got my Superman mythology correct. What other song? We'll play that whole song later on, because it's a real doozy. That whole album. I wonder if I must still have it somewhere. Somewhere I've got to have the Crash Test Dummies album. The first one, not the second one. The first one.
The first one, that was good, but nobody heard.
Nobody bought it.
You.
Nobody bought it, apart from me. And even I didn't buy it. My mate had it, and I nicked it off him. He lent it to me, and I didn't give it back. He lent me that and Jimmy Webb Archive, and he never saw them again.
You could have just copied them, though, tape to tape.
Well, they were on CD, and I didn't have many CDs, and I said, I'll give them back to you, Josh. Don't worry. And Joff, it wasn't Joff. It was Joff, yes. And he never got them back.
Oh, but other Superman songs.
Other Superman songs.
Pocket Full of Kryptonite.
By the Twisted Spin Doctors. I knew there was movement in it. I knew there was some kind of movement.
Twirly.
Pocket Full of Kryptonite.
Scrubs theme was I'm No Superman.
There's there's an XTC one.
Is there?
You know the one I mean, don't you?
No, but I'm imagining it with sort of trumpets. You've got a brass accompanying.
I haven't got it on my computer. I've got hardly anything on my computer. Oh, that's going to annoy me now. Hang on a minute. Let's see. Dan?
Hello.
Do you know the XTC song I'm talking about?
I don't. All I can think of is the Sergeant Rock one.
No, that's not about Superman.
No, but he was like a comic book thing, wasn't he, Sergeant Rock?
It was Brainiac's daughter. Oh, no, not me. Black Lace, Superman, of course. Turns out there's loads of songs. Go on, Dan.
Fire for Fighting. I'm looking at my iTunes, and I've got 2 Superman songs within a space of like 3 songs.
Hey, go on.
Fire for Fighting. They did. I have one hit years ago. It might have been it. It's called Superman. It's Not Easy.
How does that go?
Hang on a minute. I can play it probably. It's a bit maudlin.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're in that kind of mood. We're in a maudlin kind of mood.
Hang on, I'll jump to the chorus if I can get it.
Please do. Please do.
Okay. It's not going to right now. Come on, damn you.
Come on, damn you. Oh gosh. I believe that will be called soft rock. AOR.
Yeah, AOR, yeah, that's the one. And then the Flaming Lips of the song called Waiting for a Superman.
There we go. Well, is that about actual Superman?
No, I think it's all waiting for.
Yeah, this is what we need to be. We need to be careful about that.
Oh. You got rules.
Yeah, well, of course, we have to have rules.
Yeah, that Fight for Fighting one. He's on about it's not easy being me and funny and man in a funny red.
I was thinking of Brainiac's daughter isn't about Superman. I was thinking that's really Supergirl, but that's about Supergirl.
Oh.
not Superman. So we can't have that either. Man, it turns out there aren't as many Superman songs as we first thought there were.
Wasn't the Laurie Anderson one about Superman as well?
Oh, I remember that being the most boring song. That was like number one for a million years, and it lasted for 26 minutes or something, didn't it?
Wow.
Oh, Superman, ha, 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 ha. That was it!
Yep.
What about I Am Superman by R.E.M.?
You're just looking that up now.
I'm looking on Twitter.
You
Your
can't-
sister suggested it.
My sister, I've not logged into Twitter, hang on a minute. My sister can't play. She can't play. Stop talking to my sister.
Sorry, you're not allowed to play, Ian's sister.
Stop playing, sister.
Cheating.
Stop playing.
Oh.
And anyone who suggests songs by Scouting for Girls is going to get blocked.
Well, that's an important rule, yeah.
Do you remember Scouting for Girls?
Okay, so
They were big, and I use that in inverted commas in italics when I was working Absolute, and we had to play that absolute rubbish. Terrible.
they had like a greatest hits album, and there was like 3 greatest hits, and the rest were all album tracks or something ridiculous.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were sort of. I think they were like a teeny bop band, really. That
Yeah,
never
teeny
quite...
boppy, trendy.
Trendy, yeah.
Pop rock.
I'm trendy. I'm a trendy kind of guy.
Yeah.
Anything else, Dan and Geeky Girl?
I was just going to say, good start to the show with Bare Naked Ladies.
Yes, well,
Good discussion about Crash Test Dummies as well, and I was listening to them.
Were you listening to them? Album 1 or 2?
Number 2, but I only have 2 songs from album 1.
Which songs have you got? Which songs?
I have The Ghosts That Haunt Me and Androgynous, but it's a live version.
Closer than we know, love each other so, androgynous. It's a good album, that. I'm going to dig that out tomorrow. That's tomorrow's vibe in the house. That'll get brilliant on the same downer I'm on. Dan, Geeky Girl, thank you very much. Ray, Nigel and Alan. Oh, they're all coming out of the woodwork. Stay there, come to you after this. Hip, 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 Alan.
Hip, hip, and happy birthday!
There we go, thank you very much. What have you been up to today, boss?
It's been a quiet day today.
The quiet days are nice.
Yeah, and also, with only one member of the Crash Test Dummies still going.
What the heck? How do you know this?
Thanks to a little thing called Wikipedia.
Oh, mate, the home of the made-up fact. Who's still going? I'm guessing it's the bloke that sings like that.
Brad Roberts.
Yeah, is he Brad Roberts? But is he still calling himself the Crash Test Dummies?
He's the only original member.
That's not fair. You can't do that, Brad. Brad, what you doing, Brad? You can't call yourself the Crash Test Dummies when it's only you, Brad. What the freaking heck is going on here, man?
And he's released a new single.
I'm not interested. Not interested in his new material. For me, it's the classics. It's the old stuff. The first album is a joyous treat.
That was The Ghost That Haunt Me.
Now.
That was the name of the album.
Yes. Hey, I went into a place I've never been into in my life before today.
Where's that?
A games workshop.
Did you ever go on the demonstration games?
Well, do you know what a games workshop is?
Yeah, it's where they sell Warhammer.
Yeah. How do you know that?
Because I've done it in the past myself.
I walk past it, 'cause we go past it to go to the boys' school, right?
Yeah.
And the youngest, just recently, has been taking a real interest. He goes, oh, can we go in there and look at that? And I said, no, not really. No, not really. No, not really. And then today, I went, yeah, all right, fine, let's go in and have a little look around. I've never been into a games workshop before.
The home of the nerds.
Well, they were, but I'll be honest, the nerd that worked there was absolute... I'm a nerd.
And so am I.
I'm a nerd. And the nerd that worked there was great, right? Because I was with 2 boys.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a clue what I was looking at, and there were some people playing the game, and, oh, you've launched an attack, and you've sustained damage, and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And, we were looking around, and some of the models are brilliant, right? Really intricate, right? And, and the guy kept coming up to us, and I said, we're literally just looking around, mate, honestly, it's fine. And he came up again, and he said, as we were going, right, he said, oh, would your 2 lads be interested in painting some models? I went, whoa, yes. Yes, and their eyes lit up. They went, yes. I said, we can't do it now. We're off to Pizza Express. They're buying me my dinner for my birthday, right? But we'd love to come back. And he wrote a little card. I've got a card. Look, here's the Games Workshop card, right? and he's written on their names. You're invited to a painting lesson. What will you need to bring? A smile. They can do that. They can do that. And he said, what you do is you come in for an hour. They got some. It's free. You get a free couple of little models you get to paint, and then he'll kind of try and teach them the basics of the game and stuff.
That's how they sucker you in.
Well, exactly. It's like a dealer giving you free drugs until you're hooked on the drugs, Alan, and then you start paying. Or you realise the drugs are quite good fun, and you want to buy more drugs because it's so much fun. And then when you grow up, you stop taking the drugs because you kind of grown out of them. It's kind of like that, I think, isn't it, Warhammer?
Yeah.
I've got to ask you a question, Alan. Are you masturbating?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to think. How do you have to stop Warhammer at?
Yes. 19?
I would have said about 21.
Okay, well, fair play. It's 2 years difference. That's close. That's near as damn it.
It's about 19 to 20. Well, let's meet in the middle. Say 20.
All right, fine. To 20 years old, you've got to stop playing the Warhammer games. Is Warhammer the game?
It's a franchise.
Okay, it's a franchise. Okay. Okay.
You've got games like Warhammer 4000.
What about Warhammer 5000?
Is that as well?
And can they cross over? Like you get nowadays, you get all the superheroes having a fight, right? You get Batman and having a fight with Superman, and you get the Avengers having a fight with the other Avengers, and the Hulk smash fights all these other guys. Can you get like Warhammer 4000 versus Warhammer 5000?
No, because it's set in different time zones.
I'm a wizard, and I create a time portal.
It might work.
Yeah, you see.
If you suggest that the game works out, they might go for it.
I'm going to go in there. First thing, guys, I've got to say, right, I love what you're doing with the Warhammer 4000. Really love what you're doing with the Warhammer 5000. You want to make it so you can play both games. Well, actually, you can't do that. Aha! I'm a warlock, and I create a time portal, and I throw Warhammer 4000 into Warhammer 5000. You're away.
Yeah, and you've got the Space Hammer games as well.
Because my boys, right, despite what I have done in the past for a living, they don't play video games, really. They play a little bit of Pac-Man on his Cano. Well, I've got to reply to Cano. Cano want me to do a competition. Oh, and someone wants me to give away a couple of free tickets to a film screening in a couple of weeks.
I say go for it.
Yeah. But they don't really play video games, and I kind of like them to get into all of that sort of stuff, throwing 20-sided die and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll be up for that.
Did we say 20-year-olds was the time to stop playing Warhammer?
We did, yeah, we did. Are you disputing yourself now?
Well, I stopped when I was 19, so I said
19.
Well, I stopped at 19.
I said
before
19.
You said 19.
Well, obviously before I said 19, because that was about 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I only said it today, and you stopped 15 years ago, but I did say 19, and then you said 21, despite the fact that actually...
And I said we'll meet in the middle.
Right.
And say 20.
Right.
Which is called a compromise.
Well, it is called a compromise, but then you threw a Spaniard in the works, because you said 19.
Well, it was the day before my 20th birthday.
Oh, it's close, isn't it? It's close.
Yeah, got bored with it.
If you were a king, right?
Yeah?
And you could say, off with his head. Go on, say it.
Off with his head!
But say it a little bit clearer.
Off with his head!
Lovely. Okay, fine. We'll have a competition to see who can say off with his head the best. And then as a prize, and I'm literally just thinking this out loud, as a prize, we'll actually have someone's head chopped off. Like a criminal.
Maybe Boris Johnson.
No, don't get political. No, it'd be like a paedophile. It'd be a nonce or something. We'll do it to someone who deserves it.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll do it to a paedophile or, someone who robs, goes and robs old ladies. We'll chop the head off of someone who deserves it. We'll do it to a politician. We'll do it to, I know. We'll chop Rolf Harris's head off. Shall we? Can we do that?
We have to break him out of prison to get him to the chopping block.
Well, that sounds like a fun. Okay, right, fine. Well, the show is starting to take shape. So, the two competitions running simultaneously. They're both dependent on each other. The first competition is who can say "off with his head" the best.
Yeah.
The second competition, who can break Rolf Harris out and bring him to the studio by 1 o'clock at the end of the show.
Sounds like a plan.
And my bosses fully endorse everything I do, so we can say it's official. Talk Radio is behind the listeners of this station to trying to break Rolf Harris out of prison and bring him in here for the swift justice that can only be delivered by the listeners of Talk Radio.
Live on Periscope.
Alan, thank you very much indeed. We've just had an email from a boss. He says it is illegal to bust Rolf Harris out of prison, but he would say that, wouldn't he? Wasn't a definite no. He just said it was. He had to remind him it was illegal. He would say that because he has to follow the rules. It wasn't a no. It wasn't a definite no. So that competition's still running, but we got to keep it a little bit quiet. Okay. Keep it a little bit quiet, but before 1 o'clock, if you're watching on Periscope, we'll be chopping off Rolf Harris's head live on Periscope. And the person who gets to do that is the person who says off with his head the best. Let's go to Nigel. Good evening, Nigel.
Oh, hi, Ian. How are you? You all right?
Yes,
I've had a good day.
You sound miserable as sin.
Well, I'm a bit tired. I've done 30 miles cycling in the heat, so I'm a bit tired. I'm not too bad.
You think that's hard work? I did 2 rounds of mini golf. What's the difference?
I was going to say, but you were talking about Superman.
Not listening. Yes.
And I was thinking, I used to like the Bionic Woman. You know, Lindsay Wagner.
What?
Years ago. Did you ever watch that programme?
I thought you said the Barnet Woman.
Bionic Woman. You know, Supergirl, it was.
Well, she wasn't Supergirl. She was Bionic.
Yeah, the Bionic Woman, that's what I mean.
Supergirl was a film.
Supergirl film, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so which British actor, which famous British satirist was the star of, one of the stars of the Supergirl movie?
Oh, I only know the Supergirl. I don't know all the. Oh, yeah, there was that man with white hair.
Yeah, who was he?
Wasn't it?
What?
Pietro O'Toole,
no.
Isn't it? You know Pietro O'Toole?
Yes, I do. Yes, the character aren't all actors character actors?
Wasn't he great, Pietro O'Toole? I used to love his acting. He was obviously was in the Omar Sharif film as well. You know,
the one in the desert. There's no women in that film, so I'm surprised you watched it.
It's desert film, wasn't it? What was it called, the desert film he was in?
Taj Mahal.
No, Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the sequel.
I got it, didn't I? My brain's working now.
Yeah, you say that, Nigel.
Yes.
55 years too late.
I've got a new jingle for you tonight.
I thought you might have. I had a feeling when I saw your name on the screen, I thought, Nigel's going to play me a low-quality, faint cassette of a jingle that he's recorded for me. I don't know how I knew that, but I just picked up on the vibe.
You can have it if you want.
You've gone back to not listening. I bet you've said that to a couple of hookers.
Which ones?
Yeah, we go. You've gone back to not listening, haven't you?
Yeah, I am listening. I'm listening, Neil. Ian. Yes. What was you going to say, Ian? Yes. It's all gone quiet again.
Play your jingle, Mike.
I like Lindsay Lo-horn. I like Lindsay Lo-horn. I watch your films. I watch your films today. Yeah, Lindsay Lo-horn, a very pretty.
I didn't say her name properly. Lindsay Lo-horn.
I like watching the Disney films.
Oh God,
they make me feel so good. Yeah, Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn, she's a nice girl. Lindsay Lo-horn,
off with his head.
She's a nice girl.
She does some singing too.
Jeez, this is awful. I mean.
And plays the drums as well. She does a lot of acting in films today. She's a great girl. Lindsay Lo-horn. Lindsay Lo-horn in the Disney films today. Lindsay Lo-horn. Lindsay Lo-horn, what a great girl. What a great girl she is.
I'm knocking one out to Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn. I'm doing my bell, watching Disney films. Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn. I'm touching myself, watching. You can't say her name properly.
Can't, no, not when I'm singing it. I can't. But anyway.
What? How can you not? How can you not sing Lindsay Lohan, but you sing Lindsay Lo-horn?
Well, it is difficult to get the words in.
Hang on, Rob. Can you get it in?
Hello.
Can you sing Lindsay Lohan, or do you sing Lindsay Lo-horn?
Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan.
It sounds better the way I did it, though.
What? Mispronouncing her name as Lindsay Lohan?
Well, you know,
it's got the Lo-horn.
It sounds okay.
It sounds. I mean, it's...
but it's only my first time doing that.
Can you play it again?
Pardon? I have to run it back.
Yeah, what, on the tape?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to rewind it, of course.
I'll just rewind it. It's done now.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it again, then?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Oh.
Rob, you want to hear it again, don't you?
More than life itself.
Here we go. Lindsay Lo-horn.
Oh, hang on a minute. I ran it the wrong way.
Oh, you fast-forwarded it?
Sorry. It's an old-fashioned play.
Lindsay Lohan, she's
No, I am doing it. I am saying Lindsay Lohan.
No, you're not. You're saying Lindsay Lo-horn.
No, I wasn't.
Lo-horn.
Listen.
Horn.
Horn. Horn.
She does a lot of acting in films today. She's a great girl.
Not trusted to have a job in cinema.
Lindsay Lo-horn.
Lindsay Lo-horn.
Yeah, you say?
Yeah, you said Lindsay Lo-horn.
No, it's Lindsay Lohan. I just heard it. I did it the right way.
Hang on a minute. I just heard I heard horn. What did you hear, Rob?
No, but on my thing,
Lo-horn, as in she gives me the Lindsay Lo-horn.
Yeah.
No, but on my recorder, I was pronouncing it right, anyway.
Hey, but your recorder must be broken then.
Yeah, but it doesn't always come over clear over the phone, does it? Sometimes it distorts.
It's funny that everything else came over clear. Did you hear every other word?
I know what I can do, Ian.
You can sing it live.
I'll sing it like, Lindsay Lohan, Lindsay Lohan, what a great girl she is. That was all right, wasn't it? That was
Lohan?
Lohan.
Who's Lohan? Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan. How do you say? Hang on. How do you say her name properly, Rob?
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lo-horn.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lo-horn.
Let's all sing together.
All right. Yeah. Go, Rob. You ready? Count us in, Nigel.
Happy birthday. Is it happy birthday?
Count us in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn,
what a great girl
in the world. Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn,
what a sexy girl she is.
Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn. She's not in films much anymore because of issues. Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn.
But that Rumours video she did was quite good.
Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn. Your turn, Nigel. Freestyle.
Pardon?
Freestyle.
What?
Freestyle.
Oh, what you want me to sing?
Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn.
Disney today. Lindsay Lo-horn.
Lindsay Lo-horn.
On television.
Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn. On
Viagra today.
What the hell?
She's on Viagra.
Allegedly.
You can't say that. You can't say that for crying out
How's
loud.
about that then?
What
I'm
about
doing my Jimmy Savile? I'll take off Jimmy Savile, shall I?
I wish someone would.
No, he's not here anymore.
Yeah, well, probably.
How's about that then? Yes.
Go on then.
How's about that then?
Go on, do you Jimmy Savile?
That was it.
Oh, Flip, he just said his words.
I haven't got the cigar.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, we have got Nigel, who has written to me and said, "Dear Jim, please could you fix it for me to sing my song, Lindsay Lo-horn."
I sat on his knee once, a long time ago, but
I would not link yourself with that, if at all possible.
No, I think I met him once a long time ago.
Okay, that's great
But
news.
that was before we knew what he was, you know. But anyway,
That's great news. Well, thanks for
Who was
calling.
the other person you were talking about, the other
Rob.
Rolf Harris, but we don't know if it's true about him, do we?
Well, hang on. He's in prison for it.
Oh, so they must have evidence then. Yeah.
Yes, they found him guilty.
Oh, that's true.
Nigel, do you want to toss glitter into the ring for us?
I don't read the paper much. That's why I don't know much.
No, really?
No, don't say. Well, Nigel,
I can't read because my eyesight's bad.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Oh, you know why my eyesight's bad, don't you?
Goodbye. Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn, touching myself. Rob!
Yo!
Ray, stay there, coming to you in a bit. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you, dear listener, want to take part in the show, you can do. Rob, yes, Rob, what have you got for us, boss?
I'd love to take part in the show. In fact,
yes.
I've just been telling your security guard I am the creator of Ironcast Warriors of the Medieval Fortune. He's not letting me in.
You're not downstairs, are you?
I'm outside with a bag of birthday goodies.
Are you really?
I am.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Birthday!
Oh, right. Catherine, could you go downstairs and bring Rob up to the studio? All right, it can do it. No one's going to do it. All right. Right, oh, hang on a minute. All right, well, just come up.
I'll ask the security guard again, but he's like, you're not coming in.
He'll let you in. Tell him you've got a gun. No, don't do that.
All right.
Can someone go and get him? Can someone go and get him and bring him up? Right, it's going to come down and bring you up. Go on, let's see. Go on.
The door's locked. Oh, that one.
Knock on the door.
Hiya, fella. It's coming down. It's New Zealand fella for me. Ian Lee's brother, Steve. It's coming down. Is it coming down? Yeah. I'm going to wait here. That's all right. Hello?
Yeah.
We're on it.
Is this the night that you're going to kill me?
No. Got birthday goodies.
Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes. 0844 499 1000. Yes, Ray.
Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got some jammy dodgers for you.
Never eat food from a listener.
Yes. Well, anyway, what was I going to say? Off with his head!
Sorry? What was it?
Oh, did I not come out through?
Do it again.
Off with his head!
You sound like Frankie Howard.
Frankie Howard? So
Yes.
I was hoping I'd sound more like Hilda Bracknell or someone.
No, it sounds a bit rubbish.
A bit rubbish, okay.
Off with his head!
Oh, dear. I'm a loser. Why don't you kill me?
No, come on. Off with his head!
Off with his head!
No, but that's better. That's more powerful.
Yeah, sounded a bit more like a handbag.
Yeah, that it did a little bit sound like. Hey, I tell you what, I've been listening to 4 Extra, right? Because I've worked out I've got it on my car now. I've got DAB radio, right?
Yeah.
And on the way home, if the two mics are getting too football-y, right? I can't listen to LBC. I certainly can't listen to 5 Live. So I'm listening to 4 Extra, and they've been playing radio plays, right? By I want to say Ed Morton, but it's not. It's who's the fat guy?
Me?
No. Orson Welles. Orson Welles.
Yeah.
And it's him in the Harry Lime character from The Third Man. I listened to it a bit. I turned to 4 Extras tonight on the way in and they were playing it. And these are radio plays that were broadcast on the BBC in 1952. They've never been broadcast since, right?
Ah.
And they've been playing. They're half good.
I bet they are.
They're half good. I've been listening to that.
Jolly good.
Well, that's the end of that.
Well, I've got a little happy birthday song for you, courtesy of Nick Abbott.
Okay, go on then.
Happy birthday to. Happy birthday to. Happy birthday to. Happy birthday to you.
There you go.
Thank you very much, Ray. Look, look at you, fella. You're putting on a bit of weight. Come and sit down here. Look, there's the periscopers. Look, you can wave to the internet. Rob Burnett.
Nice to meet you, Cap.
Where are you going? Sit down there. Okay. Sit down there where I've indicated.
Where?
There, with the red lights on your muppet.
Right.
Look, you're on the periscope.
Hi.
Forward a little bit. There we go. That's Rob Burnett, regular listener. We put your headphones on.
Okay.
Because we've got. Oh, you've got Pringles and everything.
Sweet.
We've got. You're gonna have to. Oh, look, because I can never work out. Are you chewing?
No.
It sounds like you're chewing.
No. I'm a radio professional.
Well, all right. Okay. We got Noel Edmonds on the line.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Noel.
How are you getting on tonight?
I'm all right. It is actually Noel Edmonds.
It is Noel tonight. A happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I've got something in my box tonight. Would you like to know what it is?
Is it the popcorn trick?
No.
Okay.
But, hold on, Noel.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
What box have you been brought tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've got a box that's been brought into you. Come on. A box of Pringles.
That's not a box, that's a tube.
Tube.
No, it is. Oh, it is a tube, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot about. I've got a new idea for a new box.
Yes, go on, mate. Let's hear this, Noel.
Okay. Well, it's like a box.
Yes.
It looks like a box, but it's not a box.
Right. So hang on, say it again. It looks like a box. It smells like a box.
Yeah. It tastes like a box.
Steady on, mate. This is a fact. We've got kids listening.
Gone a bit raunchy, Noel.
He's got a little bit blue.
Yeah. Hold on. Now, it's not quite shaped like a box, though.
What is a box shape? Cuboid.
Am I allowed to say?
Well, I don't know. Listen, let's cut to the chase. Are we talking about a lady's private parts?
What, a cricket bat? No.
What the hell?
What lovely birthday gifts have you been brought tonight, Ian? Tell me.
From Rob? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm opening
Come on, let's have a look. Robert, what you got in your box?
It is now being unwrapped as we speak.
Ooh,
Go for it.
It's clothing.
Your friend, Scott.
Yeah. Oh, you've not got balcony involved.
No, I've got his Japanese. There you go.
What?
Japanese competitor.
Koi Carp?
They're all on there, all your favourites. There's you.
Yeah. Where's me?
That's you, the big one.
It's not me.
That's you.
Yes.
And then there's your favourite monkey.
Mike Nesmith.
Yes. Then there's Pat Sharp,
yes.
who I know is Cray you've followed.
Yes.
Is he still around?
And then there's Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, for God. I've gone off Ryan Reynolds now. Although I love the excellent adverts.
I'd already put the order in, you see.
Well,
so you put yours on.
So you didn't get this from Scott Balcony?
No, I've made that myself.
Which means this will wash off after a couple of washes, and then there's quite a nice T-shirt underneath.
And there you go,
that.
T-shirt buddies for life. There we go.
T-shirt buddies. Thank you, Rob. That really is
Alan Lee's birthday T-shirt. There you go.
Hey, come on, Ian's sounding chipper tonight, isn't he?
There you go.
Hey,
that's yes. Well,
you've made the man a happy boy.
It's Noel from Hearsay. We couldn't find you.
Do you remember? How come all the ladies from Hearsay went on to great things apart from the blonde one? So two thirds of the ladies went on to greater things. No thirds of the men did.
That's true. Well, which one didn't do well in the women?
The blonde lady.
She went in Emmerdale, didn't she?
Did she?
And she did.
Do you remember, Noel? She did a mucky film, didn't she? Yes. She did. Do you remember, Noel?
Keep listening, come on.
You know when they... Oh, did you go for a high five?
I went for it, denied.
Oh, my back's gone out, that's right. Do you remember, Noel? You know, like, Pop Idols and all of that?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they had one, I think it was called Soap Star Superstar?
Yes.
Certainly was.
When they were looking for a family to go on Emmerdale Farm, weren't they?
Yes.
They did.
And they did this poor family, and all of the cast of Emmerdale were furious and refused to be in any scenes with them.
Yeah.
So this poor family was in Emmerdale for about 3 months, and all their scenes were on their own, without any of the cast members.
Yeah.
And then, I think they got, killed or something by, exploding sheep.
That was a bomb. It was a bomb, wasn't it?
It was a bomb, hopefully. Yeah, it would be. Well, no, it's been classic banter.
It would have been sorted.
Thanks very much indeed for calling. Lindsay Lo-horn, Lindsay Lo-horn. So what are you doing down in London? You here for work?
Work stuff.
Unbelievable.
Work stuff. And there was a curb down there, and there was no action, and I thought, I know that address.
Maybe I can get some action there.
Yeah. Kath's on Snapchat. You know, you can see the location. There we go.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number.
It's a looker.
What do you think of our... You look like Id.
Is he single?
You look like Id. Put a pair of glasses on.
Yeah.
'Cause now you're a bit moon-faced.
Yeah.
And your hair's thinning. Here we go. Look, we're going to recreate Ed with Id. Put the glasses on.
There we go.
Let's have a look.
Thank you.
It's the same fella.
There you go. Sorry if my head's a bit big. There you go. Oh, I can't see a thing.
It's the same fella. Look.
I can't tell if it's the same because I can't see
Put your glasses on, Ed. You look weird without glasses. You're one of those people that doesn't look good with
strong
glasses.
I'm relatively blind.
Yeah?
Oh, and you've got shorts on. Out. What is this? Yeah, I know, but we're working, mate.
He's got marks on his knees. How you got them? Look at the bruise on that ankle. Did you see it?
I did see that. That's the tag, isn't it? He had to force the tag off. Yes, it may be the summer. It may be the summer, but it's a workplace, and you need
standards.
Need long trousers in the workplace. That t-shirt is absolutely terrifying. You've scared all the callers away.
Hello?
No. They've all gone. We've got no callers now, which is...
Got some crisps?
Yeah, go on.
I've got some of them.
What is this? Have you actually brought food?
Yeah. It's a birthday party, isn't it?
What's this? I've never... what's this? Tear and share?
I've never seen them, but I thought, there you go.
Tear and share crisps. I can't even... Why have you brought noisy food to a radio show?
Revels.
I'll have some Revels.
There you go.
I'll suck on a Revel. You can't eat crisps on...
I bet you would.
You can't eat crisps on the radio.
And a can of Fanta. There you go. It's a party now.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call.
Wish him a happy birthday.
Oh, no, don't. I hate birthdays.
You don't, do you? You don't like your birthday?
No, I don't like... I've had a nice day. I was out with the boys, i.e. my sons.
Oh, okay.
But I hate birthdays. I hate... presents and all of that stuff, you know. I don't get the point in it. I don't get the point in just being reminded that you're old and miserable and that you're dying.
Or it could be a celebration. I mean, from this year to last year... You know,
look at the progression.
It's been a big year.
It's been a very big year, isn't it, actually? What was last year? Was it 3 counties?
Yes.
Then I got shafted and had a breakdown, and now I'm here.
There you go.
So in many ways, it's
what a lovely year.
What a year of I'm going to say memories, but disappointing memories. What's happened in your year?
Not much. I travel a lot with work now. That's fun.
And we've got a call. Let's go.
There we go.
Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Oh, it's Hannah here.
Hey, Hannah.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Hannah. How are you?
I'm all right. Ryan Reynolds.
There you go. Ryan Reynolds.
Listen to the chuckling in the background. Hang on a minute. Jim's on the line. Yes, Jim.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Jim. You're through to Rob Burnett.
Hi.
Hi, Rob.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah. I have nothing to say whatsoever. It's just when you said there was no one calling in, I thought, oh, well,
thanks.
Now's the time, if ever there was a time. Sober tonight, Ian. Sober.
Oh, Jim phoned up the other day to talk about Radiant Silvergun and was absolutely steaming.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't remember it. I got an apologetic email the next day.
Yeah, horrendously drunk, unfortunately. And Radiant Silvergun, a game I've not played in a long time. I don't know where that came from in mind, really.
Are you going to leave me a tip? What's going on with the money?
No. I sat on my keys. You know when you sat on your keys and you feel, feels like a finger.
Steady on now. Rob, are you still in touch with the lady from America?
No. There was...
Whereabouts in America was she from?
What was it Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow annoued?
That they...
consciously uncoupled.
Yes.
That's it, we consciously uncoupled.
Those are many years ago, I got Rob in touch with a much better looking lady in America than he deserved.
Yes.
And...
whereabouts in America, can I ask?
It was about 9 hours flying there, so I couldn't do booty calls.
No, you couldn't do
No, I appreciate America is 9 hours, but whereabouts in America?
He really wants to narrow this down to the location.
It was Texas area.
Texas.
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah. I've been there. It's a nice place.
But saying that, you've got WhatsApp now, you've got Snapchat.
You got WhatsApp? WhatsApp?
Austin's very liberal.
Periscope.
Dallas, not so much.
No. Okay. Well, Jim, you've managed to carry us up to the break perfectly.
Yeah, well, that's that's what you pay me for.
Well,
there you go, well done.
There we go, that's it. Well, 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Keith, you've got 10 seconds to tell us what we're going to hear from you after the news. That's a great use of 10 seconds,
done, Keith. Talk Radio.
Keith, let's try again. Keith, you've got 10 seconds to tell us what we're going to be hearing after the news. Find out how that ends after this.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
The Sunday morning gospel goes good with the soul. There's blues, folk, and country, and rock like a rolling stone. The world could come together as one if everybody under the sun had some you'll hear it while you're walking by a neighbor's home. You'll hear it faintly in the distance when you're on the phone. You're sitting in a dentist chair, and they got music for you there to add some Your doctor knows it keeps you calm. Your preacher adds it to his songs. So add some music to your day. Add some music. Add some when you're alone. Add some music. Add some it's like a companion. For your lonely soul. When day is over, I close my eyes and music is in my soul. At a movie, you can feel it touching your heart. And on every day of the summertime, you hear children chasing ice cream cars. They'll play it on your wedding day. There must be about a million ways to add some music to your day. Add some music to your day. Add some music to your day. Add some music to your day.
There we go.
So I just say to Catherine, do you
No,
think...
no. We're on the air now. Do you know?
Okay.
I played the wrong song there. I didn't mean to play it, but it doesn't matter. Still a nice song.
But you can smell it on her.
Oh, shut up, Beach Boys. Oh, there we go. Keith!
Hip, 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 and off with his head.
It's good, but it's still no... I've got to plug the thing in because I've got it on the wrong computer. It was good, but it's still no...
Into the country.
What the hell is going on here? Hang on, let me try again. It was good, but it's no...
Off with his head!
That's still the
There you
winner
go.
so far. That's Caddick's off with his head. What you got for us, Keith?
So I just wanted to obviously wish you a happy birthday. All the best. Really, happy for you. Another year ticked off.
Yes.
Really good.
Yep. One less to go.
I was wondering if Rob was going to hold a round of Evil Princess, Holy Castle in the Warrior
Holy Castle.
Kingdom.
Iron Cast Warriors of the Endless Medieval Fortress
There
of
you go,
Sorcery.
Well, my boys, now they want to go and play Warhammer.
Oh, awesome!
So they're kind of getting sucked into your world, which is terrifying.
But the good news with that is, you know that they're not going to have a lot of friends over in your house if they start playing that, so...
I remember we tried to play Dungeons and Dragons once, a couple of times, but we never really got it, and we'd just go off and do... Remember once, they brought out loads of role-playing games, and there was one called Golden Heroes we had, because obviously it wasn't licensed by DC or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you made up your own superheroes, and it was rubbish. But we had one... What was that? Was it your phone?
Sorry if it was.
We had one, Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? Okay. Role-playing game.
Yeah.
Every time we tried to deviate from the script of Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, Wayne, the dungeon master, would go, no, you can't do that. You've got because in the film he doesn't do that, and so it was just a pointless exercise, Keith.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I wouldn't waste my time with it.
Oh.
But you just called up for a game of Iron Cast Warriors of the Medieval
You called up
Fortress.
literally...
No. I didn't want to get involved. I just thought it might be good, for you to kind of run one for certain people who might be interested.
Well.
Would you?
That ain't going to happen. But Keith, can we hear more of your horn?
Yeah, what would you like to hear?
Can you play any Beach Boys or Beatles on there?
Or the London Boys, Requiem.
Either of those.
London Boys. No, I can't really do that. I mean, what about some freestyle?
Can you play Lindsay Lo-horn?
Do you know what? I've been practicing that one.
Oh, where you go.
It's Lindsay Logan.
Thank you very much, Keith. Gatford's on the line. Even Gatford 0844 499 1000, by the way, if you want to play. We've got no other callers after Gatford, so it could be... Gatford!
Burnett. Does this mean you're going to turn up on my birthday with chocolates and crisps?
When is it?
A lap dance. It's October, so you've got time to get T-shirts done.
There's a possibility. I will be in London quite a bit.
Excellent.
What you got for us, Gatford?
Well, I had sent you a card, but Kath tells me it's not arrived, so that whole part has gone out the window.
Oh, good.
Anyone can
honestly,
send a card,
honestly,
though.
right? Yeah.
I know you don't like it, so... But
I don't. Honestly, I don't. I had to do this forced jollity, and it was nice hanging out with my sons and stuff. Obviously, it was a joy. But just the whole birthday thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's almost done, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, 55 minutes to go, and then
that's
over.
it. Then that's it.
Yeah. I noticed you haven't got any topics tonight or anything, so...
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, oh, really?
We've got a competition to say off with their head, and then we've got another competition to bust Rolf Harris out of jail and bring him here by the end of the show.
I'll do the easier of the two.
Okay, what time do you reckon you can make it?
Oh, dear. No. I'll give it a go. Off with his head! Well, I've got to do it in a slightly piratey voice, though, haven't you?
It's a warm-up, that.
That was... Why would... Okay, the scene I've imagined in my head...
Yeah.
...is there is an old homosexual man wants to execute someone. That's what I got from that.
Stop looking at Rob for a minute and concentrate on me.
Okay.
Do you need the scene, Gatford?
I do, yeah. Give me some context, Rob.
All right, then. King Gatford has walked down. He's looked down and seen... Vinny the Thief
Right.
Vinny the Thief has tried to rustle some of your ponies. You've walked down, you've decided he's guilty, you've identified him, and you say...
Off with his head!
It's bloody awful.
Yes.
Hang on a minute.
Well, come on.
Evening, Callum.
Evening.
Evening, Callum. Callum's friend, we should... is a warlock, is that correct?
A warlock?
You're warlocked?
Is your friend a warlock?
No.
Warlocked and loaded?
Shut up. What is your friend, Callum?
My friend. I've got quite a few friends.
Isn't one like a wizard or something?
Wizard, yeah, we're wizard friends, that's it.
Yeah,
Wizard.
yeah, fine, that's what I meant. Warlock, wizard, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, similar, yeah.
Can he do a love potion?
Shut up, Gafford, you ain't even got any friends.
So that's why I want the love potion.
Exactly. Did we get to the point of your call, Gatford?
There really wasn't one.
Okay. Callum.
Yes.
Good evening.
Evening, you're right.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
There we go, we got it. We're now we're cooking it with gas.
There you go.
Now we're in.
Cooking with gas, yes. 0844 499 1000. What have you got for us, Callum?
People again. There was somebody in Sheffield. I'm not mentioning
There were some
names.
people in Sheffield? This has to be
Yeah.
stopped. How do we end this?
They just keep talking bullshit. And it comes in this community cafe. And,
This comes from a fella who's got a mate who's a wizard.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, go on.
And this other fella, he comes in and he's saying, I've been on TV in 1988 and I've done all this and I've done all that and I've had all these women. I says, prove it. I says, you're talking bullshit.
Where's the VHS of both events?
It says I'm on the internet. Then he goes, I'm not on the internet. Then he goes, I am. I says, prove it.
Prove it.
Tell me your surname.
Say prove it again.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Okay, so what did he say he was in?
It says he hosted a radio show.
On the telly? Is it James Whale?
He did Phil somebody.
Okay, Phil, right, that narrows it down. So Phil somebody on TV hosting a radio show in the 80s.
Yeah.
From
The
Sheffield.
day Diana died.
The day Diana died?
Something.
That was the 90s.
Oh, he's talking bull then, isn't he?
Well,
Did he say Princess Diana or just Diana?
Princess Diana.
What do we have a last name, Callum? That would really be very, very helpful.
He won't give it me.
No.
He said it's Phil.
Hang on a minute. So where was it? I think you're right, Callum. I think your bullshine detector is superb.
Yeah.
Where did you come across this Phil character?
It just pops in every now and then and talks.
Pops in
rubbish
where?
to the community cafe.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, maybe he believes it in his head.
Oh, he certainly does.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
I just laugh at him.
There was at least one person who said we could have solar energy, and they laughed.
The world is round, and they laughed.
My watch is solar powered.
Your watch?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's an eco, yeah.
How does that work?
Don't need a battery. It just works.
There you go.
Well, the thing is, what?
How'd you tell the time at night?
Hey.
I'm asleep.
He got you totally
There you
distracted. Why don't you you could just get a wind-up watch, though. They already made watches that don't need batteries. They're called old-fashioned watches.
Yeah, I could, but I've got this one now.
Why don't we have more solar power in this country, Callum?
I think government likes spending money on other things.
Yeah, don't they? Don't they, Jess?
Yeah.
This is the thing. It's a conspiracy. See?
Yeah,
The con part of it is they want to rip you off. The
Yeah.
spear bit is they want to kill you. I don't know. And do you
Yeah,
see?
that's right.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Conspira, do you see?
See.
Paul, I texted on Paul Ross's show a couple of mornings ago. He said, government's not got no money, it's our money. If that's the case, we could get rid of the system. What a load of rubbish that way.
It would if we got rid of all the MPs, right, Callum?
Yeah.
Do you think there'd be any difference in the world?
Vastly different, be a lot more peaceful.
I think it would be more peaceful. I think it'd be more peaceful. There'd be a little bit more murder and looting, but I think we'd be all right. It would eventually, it would sort itself out, wouldn't it, Callum?
Yeah, well, I've studied Planet with my other wizard friend.
Other wizard friend.
into BC planet before all these rules, and it was a lot more peaceful place.
Can you find those rules and maybe get them to us one night? Because I'd like to discuss them with you.
Rules?
Yes.
You mentioned rules.
Oh, like real system and this, I don't know, our etiquette and understanding of it, all this, like,
Yeah.
draconian stuff that we have now. I don't like it.
You don't like standing?
Standing, or I just like being, I like everybody to be free and happy. That's all I want in life, is let's have fun.
What more could you want?
It's a nice message, Callum.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick one?
Go on.
About being a wizard, Callum?
Yeah?
You know, like, boxers look at Rocky and say, oh, that's not real boxing. How does your wizard friend look at, say, the Harry Potter books?
It's not to Harry Potter, it's to do with Cosmos. It's the website called Space Station Plaza. You put your date of birth in.
We've done it. I've done it. We did it. It's a good website.
He's done his. But it's not always it's wizards and crystals and warriors and and all sorts of things.
All right, Callum. Listen, mate, thanks for calling.
Thanks, Ian.
High five.
Take care. Bye-bye. There we go. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Rob, I'm going to kick you out.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Okay.
Dear listener, you can call us. We have Jim Kennedy. Why do I know your last name?
I don't know. There was a president called that.
No, but
it could well be that.
But it said no. But it says on my screen Jim Kennedy, and I never get told the. Why did you tell them your last name?
Well, because she forced me into it. Ian.
We'll find out more after this. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Jim Kennedy's on the line. Good evening, Jim Kennedy.
Oh, I'm so not impressed that my full name is on there, but yeah, hello, Ian. I did phone up wondering if you fancied a game of Pradeep.
Oh, I've got a clarty mouth now because I've eaten a load of chocolate.
It's been a while.
All right, yeah, go on, why not?
Okay.
You ready?
Right, okay.
No, hang on. Whoa. Kath's going to count. Kath, can you, on that microphone, can you just count us in? So it's 1, 2, 3, go, pra, okay? 1, 2, 3, go, pra. So just whack that mic up. There'll be, hit one of those faders. One of those faders will do it. Just hit all the faders. Just whack it. No, there's the ones in here. Another fader. There'll be another fader there.
This one?
There we go. We got it. So it's 1, 2, 3, go, pra, okay? Hang on a minute.
Yep.
Oh. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, go! Jim?
I've lost.
You just disappeared.
No, well, it petered out towards the end.
That was rubbish. I was expecting a real challenge there. There was nothing.
Yeah, well...
There was nothing.
At least I remembered it.
Well, sorry, mate. Listen, if you come on the show to try and challenge me to a Pradeep and you get destroyed as badly as you got destroyed, well, you know.
Yeah, embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed. You called in. You're a good sport. Thank you, Jim. Anything else?
Paul Ross, is everything just forgiven then? Everyone's just forgotten about that antics.
Well, let's tread very carefully, right, because he's a colleague and he's not here.
I'm not calling him names.
No. First of all, I'm not convinced there's anything to be forgiven for, right?
Right.
Because, you know, what happened...
Hell of a story.
Well... I don't. Oh God, this is weird.
I don't want to put you in a position.
Well,
where
you put me in a position, but I'll be honest. It's the elephant in the radio. It's the elephant in the whole station.
I'm glad I brought it up then.
The only reason I'm hesitating, right, is because he's a colleague.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a lovely bloke.
He's a nice bloke.
I imagine Christmas dinner, Jonathan does the carving.
Yeah. Right, okay, when it all happened, right, when it all broke, and if you don't know what it is, I'm not going to go into detail, right? It's front page... No, I'm talking to the other listener.
Sorry, listeners, yeah.
It was front page story for a while. I sent him an email. Saying, chin up, Paul, good luck, you'll get through this. He didn't reply, and that's fair enough. But I don't think...
Arrogant.
No. Come on, Jim, if we're going to do this, you've got to be fair. I know, but you've got to be fair, come on. Apart from cheating on his wife... I don't think he certainly didn't do anything illegal.
No.
I don't think he did anything particularly wrong, really.
It's a strange story, though.
It's a very, very, very strange story.
How does one get sucked into that lifestyle?
Come on, Jim, you're not playing fair. I'm going to let you go because you're not playing. You're not playing fair. You're not playing fair, and I'm trying to have a. You've raised an interesting point. It is the elephant in the station, and there were one too many low swipes there, which I'm not going to stand for because he is a colleague. Don't know him particularly well, but he's always been absolutely charming to me. I don't. Again, apart from cheating on his wife, I don't think he did anything wrong. Really, nothing illegal. Everyone was consenting. You know, I felt sorry for the bloke. The embarrassment and the shame. Now, were it me, I think I would do a whole show about it. I'd say, right, you all know this stuff, so let's do 3 hours on it, right? And then it's done. And then it's out of the way and it is done. That's how I'd do it. I'd do a phone-in about it. I'd take all the jokes, all the jibes. I'd discuss the psychology of it. I'd discuss the effects that it had on me and those involved that I felt comfortable talking about. I would do all of that. And at the end of it, I go, right, now, can we carry on with the show and move on? Now, that's obviously not his style, and that's absolutely fine. You know, good luck to him, but that's how I would do it. But, I don't think he did anything. You say he's forgiven. I mean, I don't think he did anything that warranted a forgiving, you know. I'm not interested. Here's the thing, right? And I hope the newspapers get this one day. I don't care who puts their willy where. Well, that's good, isn't it? You can write that. I don't care who puts their willy where or what they do, or honestly, I don't care what happens in bedrooms or car parks or I don't care. Couldn't care less. Is it with children or is it being forced on people? No? Fine, then carry on with it, guys. You carry on. Honestly. And I think that I mean, we all giggle and snigger at these stories. Of course we do. Of course we do. But you don't want that from your newspapers. I'm sure of it. That the majority of you don't want that tittle-tattle. Again, you go back to the injunction and the paddling pool story, right? Most of you know it is. And I'm sure when you found out, you went, oh, right, and you got on with your lives, and that was it. You found out it was such and such, you went, oh, right, okay. Anyway, what's for tea tonight? And you got on with your lives, because it has no impact on our lives whatsoever. I couldn't care less. Couldn't care less what people get up to, as long as everyone's consenting, everyone's of age, you carry on and have a good time. And I want more from my newspapers than stories that are taken off of faux outrage on Twitter and stories about celebrities putting their willies, you know, where we think their willies shouldn't go. That's it, really. Oh, and women in bikinis on beaches where you can see cellulite, and aren't they fat? I want more than that from my newspapers. I want to know, the facts about, I don't want to know the facts about Brexit, I couldn't give a stuff. I want to know about, okay, right, so Paul Ross, doing what he did, right, whatever, was front page newspaper with big spreads in, right? A former aide to David Cameron, who got caught with child pornography on his computer, and he got sentenced to, I think it was 2 years suspended sentence because of the embarrassment he would have suffered. That gets like a tiny paragraph, on an even numbered page in a newspaper. Does that sound right? You know, who's done the biggest wrong thing there? Do you know what I mean? Does that sound fair? No. Newspapers in this country, for the most part, and we'll look at the newspapers in a little bit because there ain't much else to do, but they're weighted completely inappropriately, right? And I think, I'm pretty confident that the majority of you are better than that, and you don't want that. Like the paddling pool, I told you, I met some of the people involved in that story. They were lovely people. And I was embarrassed that I knew what had been going on. I was embarrassed. I thought, I wish I didn't know that. Because it's none of my business. It's literally none of my business. And all these, it's free speech. The day free speech dies. No, the day you couldn't print a really mucky story that you'd bought off someone about them having sex in a threesome. That's not free speech. Since when is paying people for stories about who they slept with anything more than revenge porn? It's the same thing as revenge porn. It's nasty, it's distasteful, and I don't want any part of it, you scumbags. Anyway, on that bombshell, 0844 499 1000. So here's the thing, I'm watching this brilliant documentary, right, on Netflix. And it had me in floods of tears today, and it's about a world I know nothing about, right? I managed to watch about an hour of it yesterday, about 45 minutes of it today. I've got another 19 minutes to go, right? And it's beautiful, right? It's a little bit too long, but it's beautiful. It's about these, I'm gonna use the incorrect terminology, right? Because I don't know it. Right, so bear with me. Some of you will know it better than me. But it's about WWF wrestlers from the 80s, right? These guys that were huge stars. And it's about one in particular, this guy called Jake the Snake. Diddle-liddle-liddle-lum, right? And his gimmick was, right? And actually, watching it, 80s WWF looked like quite good fun. His gimmick was, he had a mullet, and he had a sack, right? And in his sack was a snake. And he would bring this snake out, and it would bite his opponents, right? I would imagine, 0844 499 1000, I would imagine that goes against WWF rules and regulations. I would have thought that actually having a poisonous snake is kind of inappropriate, and you wouldn't be allowed to do that. That's what I would have thought, but I don't know the rules. I know there's a guy called Papa Shanga who would do black magic, so maybe the rules, don't apply. And this guy was like a big star in the 80s, right? Big star, right? And he blew it all on booze and cocaine, of course. Those delicious little naughty darlings that ruin lives. Booze and cocaine. And boy, oh boy, if you've ever met anybody on cocaine, man alive. There are arguments for some drugs, but cocaine, it sucks all the goodness out of your soul. That's not my quote, that's someone else's quote, and I can't think who it is. But it's just a horrible, dirty little drug that does nothing apart from make you boring, tedious, and nasty, and self-obsessed. Right? Horrible. So this guy, this Jake the Snake, did little blew it all on booze and coke, right? And became fat. And there was a big thing a few years ago where he kind of made a comeback wrestling match, but he was off his gourd. He was completely high as a kite. And it was embarrassing. It was an embarrassment. Right. And, he exposed himself, and it was just awful. And so the documentary is about another American wrestler, a guy called Dallas somebody. I don't know their names, right? Who has started kind of a rehab program for washed out wrestlers. And he gets this Jake the Snake, and he takes him to his, farm somewhere, ranch, and he gets him clean and sober. And he starts this guy can't even walk 20 paces without being out of breath and covered in sweat. And he starts him on a training regime, like yoga and fitness and all this kind of stuff, right? And he gets like a couple of weeks, and he goes out on the booze, and then he gets a week, and he goes out on the booze, and he keeps coming and going, and eventually gets out 90 days, right? And then they bring in another wrestler. Now, I don't know the guy's name. I'm going to try and Bruce.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 Bruce. Bruce, were you a fan of American wrestling?
Not only am I a fan, this is my wheelhouse. Not my millhouse, my wheelhouse.
Yes.
But also, I've just watched that documentary as well, so I can tell you that guy is Scott Hall.
Right, okay, so don't get... I've got 20 minutes in the end, right, so don't tell me the end. Scott, the guy... Who's the guy chewing the matchstick?
Yeah, that's Scott Hall.
Right, it is incredible, and it's so well made, this documentary, right? So you see, what was his... He was like a bad guy, was he, in the wrestling world? He looks bad.
Yeah, so, I mean, the reason why I just called up, by the way, happy birthday,
Yep.
is because you were talking about this, but more importantly, you said about Jake the Snake and about the rules and regulations and how carrying a snake with you would seem to go against that, really.
Yes.
And we'll get on to Scott Hall in just a second, but I wanted to talk you through a few of the gimmicks that were going around at that time.
Oh, please do, because I always... Listen, I poo-pooed American wrestling in the 80s as nonsense, fake rubbish. And looking at these clips, it looks flipping brilliant.
I tell you what, Ian, what I'll do is I'll tweet you some things, some highlights to watch.
Listen, Bruce, save your time because I don't click on links, but I might have a little bit of.
No, I haven't got. It won't be direct links because most of it you'll have to.
Are you aware of Steel Chair magazine?
I'm not.
It's a wrestling mag. They're tweeting me now and they're saying that Dallas is a bit of a dick. Well, he might well be. But go on, give us some of the gimmicks from the 80s then.
Okay, so we had Jake the Snake Roberts,
the
man who carried a snake around. Of course, you must have heard of The Undertaker.
I know the name. Go on, what was his?
Yeah, The Undertaker was a dead man who came back. And when he won, this is back in the day, he doesn't do this now, but when he used to win matches, he used to put the opponent into a body bag and zip it up.
Beautiful, beautiful.
We had a Mountie.
Yeah.
We had a police officer called the Big Boss Man.
Oh, Big Boss Man, yeah. Who was there was the colonel or someone? Like a military man. Because he pops up in this. Sergeant Slaughter, yes, of course, Sergeant Slaughter. Yes.
We had Brutus the Bar Beefcake, who carried around garden shears rather than...
Now, mate, now that has got to be... Here's the thing I don't get about American wrestling when it's tag team, right? Because I saw it, a few times I saw it, when it was tag team, right?
Yeah.
What would happen is that one of the wrestlers would be talking to the referee, right? And the referee wouldn't notice that behind him, the other fella's got a chair and he's smacking someone over the chair. Then he gets a stick and and then he's like, he's jumping on their throat. And he's doing all this stuff that is obviously against regulations. But the ref and the stadium is screaming, "Ref, you've got to look behind you." And he's talking to the fella, distraction techniques. Now, surely, after that, when he goes back and watches it on tape, does he not get disciplined or something?
No, because they never go back and watch it. It happens live, they never go back and watch it. We can, but in their world it's happened, it doesn't exist anymore. It's carried on.
Yeah, okay.
But I know what you're saying. For Scott Hall, he used to be somebody called Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon, that's it, Razor Ramon, yeah.
And he used to talk like he was supposed to be from Cuba.
Yeah.
Said Chico a lot.
Yeah.
And used to wear gold. And used to be a bit of a sleazeball, really.
And mullet, but I guess I don't need to say the word mullet because they all had them, but slick back, black hair, leather jackets, and would chew a matchstick. And he looked buff, and he looked like a badass.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the bit in this documentary, right, where you see him in his 80s glory, and it's glorious, it's beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful, right? And then it cuts to a phone call of him, where he's on the other end of the phone, slurring his way through a phone call. He doesn't even have a clue what's going on.
Yep.
And then you cut to a shot, right, and they go, right, so we're going to go and meet him at the airport, and we'll see what shape he's in. And you see this fat, broken, old man being wheeled on a wheelchair, and you've just seen this beautiful, beautiful in terms of WWF, this massive hulk of a man, the arrogance of the character, and you see this fat, bloated, alcoholic, broken old man. Do you know what? I was in tears. I was in tears, Bruce. And the bit where he meets up with Jake the Snake and they're starting, I was absolutely in floods of tears because it broke my heart.
What's amazing,
and I don't know who these people are. I've got no idea.
And I think that's what's most impactful about what you're saying is because I did grow up watching these people. So the thing is, although I was looking forward to the documentary, I kind of knew a lot of the story because I've seen it unfold.
Yeah.
Because of still keeping it up to date with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is new to you and it's caused that, it shows just how impactful it is.
Well, for me, it was because it was part of loads of things. Partly because it's my birthday, partly because I'm feeling terrible at the moment, partly because I'd spent the day with my boys and, I was thinking about aging and getting old and missing my dad and, how we all get old. And it is when you see that jump of about 30, 35 years from, beautiful, fit young human beings to broken old men who've wasted a lot of their lives by drinking and shoving coke up their nose.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's heartbreaking.
Absolutely, yeah. But I tell you what, if you want some fun, knock yourself out a 3-month trial to the WWE Network and watch some of like the things like the Royal Rumbles from the 80s, because it's like Netflix for wrestling. Everything they've ever done is on there.
Okay.
And if you go back and watch some of that stuff, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot. To be honest, a lot more fun than the product is nowadays. Although I kind of dip my toe in it still, it's not got the fun and the extravagance that it used to have.
Pantomime. It's pantomime. The old stuff is pantomime, and I wish I'd been in it. I'm not in it. I wish I'd been watching it.
But it's the American version, because Americans don't have pantomime. But you're right. The whole thing about the look behind you, look behind you.
Yeah.
That is what we do at Christmas.
Yeah.
And they never kind of had. So,
Bruce, listen, I thank you for that. Thank you for filling in a few gaps. It honestly, right. It's a little bit too long. I would say it's about 15 minutes too long, right? And I've not seen the ending yet. But as a film about aging, wasting lives, wasting talent. 0844 499 1000, by the way. Wasting money. Just the amount of money these people are wasted on cocaine and booze. And loneliness. That's what it comes down to, right? It's about loneliness, fear, and shame. Jake the Snake, right, the reason he's a mess is because his dad, he was never good enough for his dad, in his dad's eyes. It's what it all comes down to. And I think most of us can identify with that in a certain way, whether it's not specifically our dads, it might be teachers or mums or siblings or whatever, right? He breaks down, this big hulk of a man, right? And he breaks down, remembering how he was never good enough in his dad's eyes. And despite all the millions of dollars and the success and the fame, he's just, this is going to sound pretentious, but yeah, he's just this lost little boy. He's a lost little boy. And it's so joyous to see him getting sober and, bonding with Rick Ramon, and kind of getting some dignity back in their lives, as they get older. It's such a good film. It's on Netflix, and I can't remember what it's called. But Jake the Snake, look that up and you'll find it. 0844 499 1000. Hello, Stacey.
Hiya, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, alright, I'm alright.
Yeah, talking about the Jake the Snake Roberts documentary.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I literally watched it yesterday, yeah.
Oh, funny. Has it just popped up on Netflix then?
Well, yeah, I was trolling through Netflix and I was like, please let there be something good on. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, this is like the best thing I've ever seen.
Are you a fan of wrestling then?
I'm going to have to be honest, I'm 35 years old and I'm still a fan of wrestling.
Oh, no, good for you, man.
And I've got my son into wrestling, so we watch it together. And for me, I was watching the documentary, I was just like, oh man, that's like, he was like, they're my childhood heroes. And I'm like, no one wants to see their heroes look like that.
Was he a big star then, Jake the Snake? Was he huge?
Yeah, he was a big star. He was a big star. Like a big build star as well. And Razor Ramon as well.
Yeah.
Obviously not so much Razor Ramon, but Jake the Snake was really big.
Do you know what? I think I'm going to try. It's a long shot. I'm going to try and get him on the show at some point. I'll see if I can find a contact for him and see if we can get him on the show, because it's such well, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? It's absolutely heartbreaking. You see him living in that crappy little house all on his own, big fat, bloke who hasn't got any grip on reality because he's drunk all the time.
The thing is as well, like from what I got from it, I think that WWE, it was called WWF, then I think they fouled their wrestlers as well. I think
in what way?
They would cut their contracts and just set them free.
Right.
It's a bit like, and without any, it's a money making machine. Even to this day, it's like I think the guy that owns WWE, Vince McMahon, I think he's worth like $1.7 billion.
Oh, there's a moment in there, isn't there? Okay, right. I don't know the part. I've heard of Vince McMahon, but there's a moment where someone says to Jake, "Did you speak to Vince McMahon?" And he says briefly. And there's obviously some kind of beef between them.
Yeah, I think that he's an incredibly shrewd businessman. Well, he's got to be, right? Like, he owns WWE. And I just think that back in the day, they didn't really care for their stars. Like today, they bring them up, they train them, they they obviously look after them. They're athletes now. Where back then, yeah, they used to go out drinking. They did drugs. Where now wrestlers are drug tested. If you found doing drugs, you're sacked.
Yeah. It's and did you well the 80s? Yeah. Did you know what had happened to Jake the Snake then before you saw the film?
Do you know what? Unfortunately, I kind of had like heard about bits and pieces. And did you see on it when he was trying to get in the ring and he was drunk?
Yeah, the car crash, and then he exposes himself and stuff, and it's just it's embarrassing. It's
like, one of my friends sent it to me like online, like, oh, you've got to watch this. I was like, you know what? I don't need to see that.
And it's the kind of thing.
It was on the documentary.
But also, you know, actually, it might, in retrospect, it might have been a good thing that he got put online, because I think it's one of the things that kind of made him realise how screwed his life was.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's interesting, as I get older and older, 5 years ago, I would have laughed at that clip. Maybe even less than 5 years ago, I'd have watched that clip and laughed at it. But now when I look at it, you know, with a little bit more kind of a few more years under my belt,
yeah,
I see someone who's lost. You know, someone who's lost.
You never grew up watching them, so let's just say, like for argument's sake, it was one of your beloved monkeys.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't want to see that because you're like, oh, come on, man, like I had as a kid, like you was like the best.
Yeah. And
to see you like that, I just like, oh man, come on. Like all the time I'm watching it, I was like in the back of my mind, like a young 7-year-old's going, "You're Jake the Snake Roberts, mate."
Yeah,
you're Jake the Snake. You know what I mean?
Isn't it funny? There's a brilliant scene in the film, and I get the point you're making there, the connection you're making. There's a brilliant scene in the film where I don't know if it's like, is it Trick or Treat? Someone knocks on Dallas's door, right? Who's this other big wrestling star?
Diamond Dallas Page. What an absolute legend, man. Legend.
And so he goes out and does Trick or Treat or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it is. And then the bloke sees Jake the Snake over his shoulder, and he can't believe it.
Of course he can't.
He gets all speaks like, Mr. Snake, you're a hero of mine. You know, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful moment.
Like when I was young, I was lucky enough. Like I met Hulk Hogan in Florida when we was on holiday once. I was about 9, and he was just running down the beach.
Wow, how cool is that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? But I reckon I would still be like, I watched that guy when he opened the door. I think I'd still be the same. If I met him today, I'd still be like, Jesus Christ, you're Hulk Hogan.
How old's your boy?
He's 8.
And he loves it, does he?
Honestly to God, he loves it. And do you know what? I actually prefer him to watch it now because it is more. To say it's a sport is ridiculous because we all know that it's nonsense. But they're athletes.
Oh yeah, they're fit. They're fit men who are acting.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah. There's no shame in that either.
The thing that annoys me about wrestling, like people go, "Oh, you know it's not real," and I'm like, "Yes." You know, but obviously I know it's not real.
You know EastEnders isn't real. You know it's not a documentary.
I just say that it is a soap opera for men.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. And isn't it nice to share something that was important to you when you were 8 with your 8-year-old?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's magic, isn't it? I've got the same with my boys. You know, but
it's brilliant.
Watching videos. Or my eldest, who's 6, he asked me for a Beach Boys CD the other day, and I've just bought him his first Beach Boys CD, and it's magical to share that stuff with the kids.
Yeah, it's brilliant because I know how much I loved it as a kid. So if he can get just a bit out of it that I got out of it, then that's a result.
Nice one, mate. Thank you for that, Stacey. Good to talk to you.
Speak to you soon.
Cheers, mate. Ta-ta. There we go. Andrus.
Hello.
Hello. What have you got for us?
Oh, I guess it's actually nothing really transcendental or remotely transcendental. I'm just a crazy Spaniard. I just wanted to talk to you for a while now, but nothing really in particularly important.
Well, that's kind of the vibe of the. I was going to say the show tonight, but that's kind of the vibe of the show. There's no, there doesn't have to be anything pressing or important. Oh, yeah, tell you what's important, Andrew. There's a cup of tea's coming in. Here we go. Thank you, Catherine. Beautiful.
It's always important, especially in Britain. But as a foreigner, which I kind of got addicted to your previous breakfast show.
Did you?
It's really exciting, to say hello.
Well, you're very kind. Whereabouts are you from, and whereabouts do you live now?
I live in Aylesbury, and I'm from the south of Spain, from a very sunny place called Granada.
Sounds. I don't know it. It sounds beautiful. How does Aylesbury, which I do know a little bit better, how does that compare?
Wet, grey, cold. Not too cold lately, but it's definitely greyer.
Well, how have you found yourself over here then? Work, I'm guess. Work or love? It'd be one of work or love. I'm going to say it's love.
It's both.
Is it?
But you're not going to believe my wife's Italian, and I met her in Northampton.
Oh, mate! That's fantastic. Well, what was an Italian and a Spaniard doing in Northampton then?
Yeah, everybody asked me that question first when they met me. Yeah, well, at work, it's just a coincidence. I'd like to say it was fate.
Yeah.
It had to be there. We were destined to meet each other, I suppose, and just keep living in a grey, wet place.
And how long have you been in this country?
For about 6 years now.
Oh, okay. So are you used? Is 6 years enough for you to acclimatise literally and be used to the cold, wet greyness of what Aylesbury's nice, but yeah.
I'm going to say, unfortunately, between brackets, yes, because when I go back, it's not now anymore home. I feel like a foreigner. But I'm not. The thing is, I don't really feel 100% at home in here. So I don't. It's like not homeless, but you become a citizen of the world, and it really acquires a true meaning.
Yeah,
it's fascinating because people don't really understand that. But
you have lost a lot of your Spanish accent.
Have I?
Yeah, you have, and it's interesting because I can still hear it. But you sound a lot less Spanish. I'm going to say this. It's going to sound clunky. Hang on. You sound a lot less foreign than a lot of other people I've heard who've been in this country for a lot longer, if that makes sense. Kind of.
It makes sense, and I get that, a bit. That is probably because I put a lot of effort into that, because unfortunately there's still a lot of prejudice.
Yeah.
And quite a lot of people would it's not racism, but it's prejudice. It doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just we humans, and we tend to prejudge the foreign, or we don't.
And how does that judgment manifest itself then? What kind of things do you notice?
Well, to be honest, I haven't had it for a while. It was for the first years. It's coldness. Obviously, what I've noticed with this is my turn to prejudge, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to prejudge the average British person, which is someone that's cold, that it doesn't open itself or himself or herself to you, but whereas probably an Italian or a Spaniard would very, in no time would invite you to his house.
Yeah.
The prejudice, what it does is just...
I think that a lot of British people, I can't quantify it, and I think the listeners to this show are a little bit different, but I think a significant number of British people aren't interested in other cultures and other countries. It's that thing. Whenever you go, if you go to holiday in Spain, I've not been to Spain for a long time actually, but if you go to Spain or I go to Greece a lot, there will always be a British pub and there will always be a cafe serving real English breakfast. We go to Zakynthos a lot because we've got family over there, and there is a street where there are loads of restaurants and pubs and cafes that boast they show English football matches and the X Factor and Big Brother, and you think, geez, when I go abroad, I want to be submerged in the foreign culture.
Well, you should avoid proper touristic places. I'd say my hometown is not that common to find. You find an Irish pub, that's very common to find, typical Irish pub, or what they call an Irish pub, which is basically a place where they serve a lot of beer, and they put folk music.
Yeah.
But not a lot of English pubs as such.
Andres, listen, how long have you been listening for then?
Tonight?
Well, no, in total to me. You said you listened to me doing the breakfast show. So what, a couple of years?
I'm going to say for 3 years. The thing is, I got an hour commute on the mornings, and I kind of got addicted to it. When you got kicked out of the previous show, I got really annoyed because all of a sudden my commute became massively boring.
Yeah.
And,
me too. Well, you wait till you hear what they're going to do with it in the next couple of months. Andres, listen, I'm glad you called me. Call again, won't you? It's a great first call.
Brilliant, yeah, I'll definitely call you again, yeah.
Thank you, mate. Take care. I'm joking, of course. They've got someone really good going in to fill in the breakfast show, so that'll be, you lucky lot. You're being spoilt on the radio. So there's another option for you to listen to. Kyle's on the line. Evening, Kyle.
Evening.
Evening,
Okay?
Kyle. What you got for us?
Well, I was just going to say, sorry. Just the stuff about the wrestling. So I'm fascinated to hear it because I'm a long-term wrestling fan as well. And there's another great wrestling documentary.
Yes.
I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but it was made in 1997 about a man called Bret Hart, the hitman Bret Hart, who was from Canada. And basically he ended up in a contract dispute with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And the sort of end, obviously you're probably not going to watch it, but the end scene of it.
Waggle, don't spoil it. Is it called Beyond the Mat?
Yes.
Right, someone's just recommended.
No, it's Wrestling with Shadows.
Oh, okay, all right.
Shadows,
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, don't spoil it.
No, it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler.
Well, the sentence started with, in the end.
Well, no, because it starts at the end, and everything that leads to it. It's a really weird, structured film.
Yeah.
But Brett says, at some point, what they do is, for the wrestlers, and it's like the other caller who mentioned it, about how, obviously Vince McMahon makes his money, but Brett was like, he'd worked there for about 14 years and missed about 3 nights.
Yeah.
And he sort of said they take you out in the back like a circus animal and they just shoot you.
Well, there's Kyle. We're coming up to the break. There's a bleak outlook. Thank you, Kyle.
Talk Radio.
Okay, last hour of the show coming up. We'll take calls straight to air. A little bit different from the rest of the show. Don't call now. I'll tell you exactly when to call. We can start calling after the news. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio, and this is the latest news.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
He has made a covenant with the night, and with the darkness he is in agreement.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, let's try the new Stone Roses song, shall we? Let's dip into this. Hang on a second. It's on YouTube. Stone Roses, Beautiful Thing. Well, it's a little bit quiet so far. Let's try skip forward a bit. Well, is this computer on? Because there's nothing coming out. Let me, Well, the YouTube video is silent, guys! Where's the bloody song? Is it on, Id? Let's unplug that. Let's plug in again. Well, there's nothing coming out. Maybe they got rid of the song. Let me have a little look-sees. Let's have a little look-sees. Hang on a second. That works, okay. What are you doing?
Is your YouTube muted?
No. No. Well, I guess it's... let me just try one more little thing. I can see what's going on here. Let's try this. Bloody hell.
Just lies to steal your mind. Now I know that you're thinking that I'm running out of time. Sister must have missed you. I don't wanna steal your shine. There's method to my madness. Yes, there's reason to my rhyme. It's a beautiful thing, and I'll say bye-bye.
Well, I quite like this, but I'm not a Stone Roses. I mean, I quite like the second Stone Roses album. So, someone has written OMG goes to 4 minutes 25. Okay, well let's follow that instruction and go to 4 minutes 25, and let's hear what happens. We go 4:11. Here we go. Here we go. This is the new Stone Roses song. It's all. I think it's all right, isn't it? It's all, I mean, it's the Stone Roses, yeah. You know, it's gentle, psychedelic summer music, right? Yeah. Let's see what you think. Line 1, what do you reckon to this? This is from the second Stone Roses album. This is 12 Story Love Song. Thank you very much indeed. 0844 499 1000. What do you think to the new Stone Roses song? I quite like this. I won't buy it, but it was never really my thing. Saying that, the first album. Saying that, maybe hang on. How much? If I can get the first album for a penny on Amazon, I will. Line 1. What do you think of the new Stone Roses song? Jesus. No. Oh, it's Bernie Winters. There we go. Okay. Yes, okay. But we're talking about the new Stone Roses song. 0844 499 1000. You can call in and give us your thoughts about that. We can be relevant and hip and happening, guys. Of course we can do that. I know we're talk radio, but we can be hip and happening. Or you can phone in and make fart noises and play old jingles down the phone. I don't mind either way. It's the last hour of the show. I don't mind. You do what you want to do. I don't know. I couldn't care less. 0844 499 1000. 7 pence a minute plus access charge. Significantly more from some mobiles. That's it. 7 minutes long, though. At 7 minutes, it's like, all right, guys. All right. Now, how many of the Stone Roses can I name? Don't tell me. There's the guy that was in the Seahorses. Was his name John? Was there one called John? I think there was one called John. John Squires. Paul Squires. John Squires on guitar. Right. Okay. Manny on drums. Or is he on bass? I'm going to say Manny on drums. Ian Brown singer. Okay. One more. Steve? Was there one called Steve? Steve the bass player? Ken the bass player. That's it. Ken, Ian Brown, John Squire and Manny. The Stone Roses. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. So we fulfilled my youngest son's short lifetime ambition today. We went on the duck boat. Now, the duck boat has always been... Oh, hang on a second. Yes, line 1.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Alan. You all right, mate?
Hello, I'm staying up late just especially to hear the new Stone Roses single.
Well, what do you make of it?
I think it's really good.
Yeah?
Because I only heard one of their songs before, and that was Fool's Gold.
Yes, good. That's a good song.
And this is far better.
Wow, better than Fool's Gold. Could you imagine singing this at karaoke?
I'll have to listen to it a few times so I can get the melody in my head.
I think Ian Brown needs to listen to it a couple more times to get the melody in his head, but... It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing I see in my mind.
It's very Britpop, isn't it?
It's very Britpop, isn't it? Yeah. It is very Britpop. It's certainly got a vibe to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of Blur versus Oasis.
Yeah!
That was a ding-dong battle.
That's right. That was a right old ding-dong. Do you know what? I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to buy the first Stone Roses album, because I don't think I've got it, for $5.99 plus free delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Anything else, Alan?
And also, does this count as my call for today, or can I call at 10 p.m. later?
Yes, you can call later. Of course you can.
I'll speak to you later.
Taddy bye, taddy bye. Oh, no, I haven't got Amazon Prime. They want to charge me for postage, £1.99, just for standard delivery? Stand and delivery? I don't think so, guys. Sorry. Sale cancelled. Sale cancelled. We'll buy it second hand. That's what we'll do. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. The new... Yes, got it on vinyl, but I want it in the car, innit? Is the telephone number if you want to give us a call about the new Stone Roses single or about anything else that you fancy. You're more than welcome to. So we went on a duck boat. Now we've always been our family has not been allowed on the duck boat because my wife saw the two incidents, the incidii of a duck boat sinking in Liverpool and a duck boat sinking in the Thames. Now, there must be at least 8 or 9 duck boats around the world. So let's say there's 10, because it's easier maths. So if 2 duck boats out of 10 duck boats around the world sank, that's only 20% of duck boats. That means duck boats are 80% safe, right? Yet my wife always refused to let the children go on there. Well, the other day, I put this directly to her and I said, I want to take the boys on the duck boat. She went, oh, okay, if you want. And, but my eldest had seeped. The fear had seeped into him. He refused to go on a duck boat. So when he was at school today, the youngest finished early, and I went, right, you and me, we're going on a duck boat. And we got to, we waited, by the duck boat stop, and the duck boat came, and we got on, and we had pictures taken in the driver's seat before we took off. And, then we went for a drive. Here's my thoughts on the duck boat, right? It was brilliant, right? And the blokes that did it were brilliant. They knew their stuff, giving us all on the left you'll see, and they were giving it all that, and they were spot on, right? And, here's the thing. So half of it's on, the road, and half it's on land, half it's, in the sea, right? On land and in the sea. If you know that album, then boy oh boy, you know your onions. And, we were about to go into the sea, and we couldn't because the road into the sea was blocked by another boat, and this woman came running over. She said, I'm terribly sorry. My boat was sinking, and we had to get it out in a hurry, and we're just bailing all the water out. And they had these pumps pumping the water out. It was a nice little boat. I told you I want to buy a boat. Still thinking about it. It was... They had to pump all the water out of this boat, so we were stuck there for a while. And then here's the cool thing, right? The captain, and he must be a captain because he was wearing a hat, said to me and my boy, he said to my boy, do you want to sit in the front next to me while we go into the sea? Now, I knew my boy wanted to. I also know he was too scared. So I said, why don't you sit on my lap? So I got to sit next to the captain with a boy on my lap as we went from land into the sea. And it's not... you know that scene in, I think it's The Spy Who Loved Me, when he drives his sports car on the beach and then into the sea, right? No, he jumps off a pier, he comes out of it. It's like when he jumped off a pier and his sports car turned into a submarine. It was that kind of vibe that we were experiencing. It was excellent. Downsides, it's very noisy. Very noisy, very slow. I'm going to give you that. It's slow. I'm going to say it's a little bit pricey. But, you know, it was my birthday treat. My birthday treat to myself was going on the duck boat. And boy, oh boy, it was great. And it certainly got rid of a few ghosts about the last time we were on a boat. And I ran it aground and had both children howling in fear that we were going to drown. We're not going to bloody die. Just stop crying and let me fix this. Was the way that one went. There was none of that today. 0844 499 1000. Edmonds is still a knob. I think we can. Let's have a look. Is his Twitter? Let me have a look on his Twitter feed. See what's happened recently. Noel Edmonds. Let's see if he's said anything recently since he went nuts. Noel Edmonds. He's only got 26,000 followers, which I always think is weird. The world is. He's posted a picture of a bird. I think it's a tit. I know he is, but I genuinely think it's a tit. Eating out of someone's hand. The world is full of nice people. If you can't find one, be one. Here we go. He's retweeted this. Worrying equals waste of time. Good and bad things will happen in life. You just have to keep living and not stress over what you can't control. And then someone's added, worry can also have negative effects on both your body and your mind. You having another pop at my listener who's got cancer now? Yes, line one.
Taumata wakatanji hanja kawayo demetia cherry puka cape kimonga horo nuku bakai hanya katana tahu.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's certainly no. That's what you're aiming for. Yes, line one.
Good evening. I'm calling you from your local council.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. I'm doing the show. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's Ian here.
Yes, I must apologise for the late hour. I've been doing some research, and unfortunately, one of your celebrity neighbours requires access through your garden for a delivery. Accordingly, we've changed the title deeds, and we shall be taking apart your garden fence.
You're doing what?
We're going to take apart your garden fence.
You can't do that.
Urgent delivery.
What's it delivery of?
We can. It's a paddling pool.
You're joking.
Yes, it's a celebrity who...
No, I'm not having this. You're not taking apart my bloody fence so you can for a delivery. Get out of town.
He's willing to leave you one bottle of Olivier.
What's your name? What's your name? I can't do this now. I'm on the air. What's your name? I'm gonna phone up tomorrow and complain.
My name is Nigel Elson.
Nigel Elson. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
What department do you work in, Nigel?
The council fence dismantling department. Ian?
Yeah?
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Ian, your fence must come down.
The council... Hang on a second, is this a wind-up?
Yes, it's me, it's Noel Edmonds again.
Oh, you bloody buck... Do you know what? Part of me thought, because when you said about dismantling the fence, I thought, well, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all.
It doesn't. You could just deflate a paddling pool.
Of course you could! And I didn't think of that!
Didn't I?
You had me going, Noel. Can you stop prank calling me, Noel, actually? Because it's actually, I'm finding it quite stressful and quite unpleasant.
I promise I won't do it again tonight.
All right, well, thank you very much indeed. I find it just actually makes... I think every time he does that, it just shortens my life ever so slightly. And that's not me being negative. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Good evening. Why is it always about pies? Because I like chips. Chicken and chips. Gammon and chips. Sausage and chips. Ooh, hold on. Curry and chips. What else might I have with me chips? What could I have with me chips?
Chips and chips?
Oh, I know. No, cheese and chips. I like a nice bit of cheese and chips. Well, hold on a moment. How about having a little bit of fish and chips? Fish and chips is nice. I like fish and chips. Oh, we could always have pie and chips. I don't know what else I could have with me chips, because I've had chips every day this week. I'm not quite sure what I could have with me chips. Did I say sausage and chips?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, let's have pizza and chips. And then perhaps we could have a little bit of steak and chips. Perhaps we could have some chips. What else are we going to have, Ian? I don't really know now. Because I like pie and chips, and I like steak and chips. But I'm just thinking, what else? Oh, peas and chips. In fact, we could have mushy peas and chips, couldn't we? Or should we have a little bit of I know what we could have. We could have curry and chips, because I like curry and I like chips. But I think it's probably the chips that I like, because I like chips. Because chips are nice, aren't they? I always love that little bit of music that you put behind the sound. Because it's nice, isn't it? Because we just disappear into chips. Everybody likes chips, don't we? We all love a chip. I like a bag of chips. I like a proper cone of chips. Because chips is nice. And then sometimes we might have gravy and chips. Oh, gravy and chips, yeah. Yeah, I love a bit of gravy and chips. I think I might have a little bit of tomato ketchup with me chips. And then maybe some mayonnaise with me chips. Well, I wouldn't have salad and chips. Because chips is always better on their own. With a little bit of vinegar. And then maybe a little... Yeah, that's stuff.
Yes, line one.
Hello?
Take your radio off every time!
Yeah, I know. I just want to walnut chop. Too many chips gives you a square rectum.
Oh, thanks, man. I think I might have finished the rest of that track. That's yeah, Edmonds is in the paper again, just for being a fruitcake. I'm not worried so much about his fruit. The thing that bothers me is he had a go at someone who's got cancer and said and said that it was a strong chance it was caused by his negative attitude. No, mate, that's not. So you're saying that's what killed my dad, his negative attitude. You know, that's what's made my mum ill, is her negative attitude. Is that what it is? Depression is because of my negative attitude. Is that what it is? Or maybe it's just because, you know, we're not wired up properly and some of our genes are a little bit faulty and we get ill, you idiot. He's been quite quiet on Twitter, apart from tweeting a load of old bullshine. But he did tweet yesterday, overwhelmed by the kind words and even apologies from so many. Hashtag gratitude. Hashtag smug get. Yes, line one.
Happy birthday to. Happy birthday to. Happy birthday to. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. If you're referring to me, you're late. You're late by a whole day, man. A whole day. I don't know. There's stuff in the papers, but it's all a little bit. It's all a little bit. I wonder if. Hang on a minute. Stay there. I wonder if the star's in here. The star is where the action is, baby. Oh, is the star here? No. Oh, there we go. Here we go. It hides in here. The star is where the action is. 0844 499 1000. Is that the phone number? Did I say that? Halfway through that, I forgot what I was saying. Telly fans claim a video of Jeremy Clarkson assembling a box is more fun than the new Top Gear. Jeez. Survivalist Bear Grylls is the victim of a Chinese fake-away. Maybe there's nothing in the star. Maybe there's nothing. Hang on, bear with me. We'll have a little look. Big Brother's got lowest viewing figures for a long time. Oh dear. Oh dear, we shouldn't have sacked me then, should you? Shouldn't have sacked me! Hang on. Weddy Sheringham. Oh, bride is 20 years younger. You'd expect... He's a football man, isn't he? I'm guessing he's a football man. Here we go. A car boot sale fan who got... Hang on a minute. A car boot sale fan. Now, I like a car boot sale, although car boots in the last 5 years have been eBay. It's eBay, you see. Everyone... It's all on eBay. So you go to car boot sales now and it's rubbish. I used to like a good car boot sale. Pointless now. A car boot sale fan who got his ultimate tattoo while drunk on his stag do is having it removed. Instead of declaring his love for the bride, Mark Bytheway, nicknamed Bodge, had Bodge loves car boots inked on his forearm. Come on, Bodge. Bride-to-be Andrea was furious when he got home from the party resort Magaluf. Mark, 31, said, "We'd been drinking since Wednesday night." Oh, God. And it happened in the early hours of Friday. It's been an ongoing joke that I love car boots. I always went to them as a kid with my dad. I never forget, right, the weirdest... And I'm sure this person the different people phoned in to back this up, right? That they'd seen Shola Amma doing a car boot sale. Do you remember Shola Amma? I don't remember what Shola Amma's hit was, but I'm sure... I used to get loads of people phoning in saying they'd seen Shola Amma doing a car boot sale. Andrea was well angry and threatened not to marry me. He was even offered a TV show appearance and a job as the face of a bingo website. After 2 years, he's finally decided to get rid of the wacky tattoo. Jeez. He said, "I do love car boots, but not enough to have it on my forearm." He's going to get it replaced with Bodge Loves eBay. No, he's not. "I just think it's time to move on. It's the next chapter in my life. That was me at my absolute daftest. I'm a little more grown up now." Marcus started, then it goes on to detail. I mean, just think, these people, I mean, really. Either have a tattoo and stick with it, or don't have a tattoo and don't stick with it. You know what I mean? 0844 499 1000. Uh-oh. You can get there's these agencies, right, where you can book a celebrity to, come to your party and stuff like that. At my age, right, you pay me, I'll come to your party. These ones have roughed it right up. A celebrity agency has offered David Guest's services almost 2 months after the entertainer died. Oops. VIP appearances continued publicising David as an event compere despite his death in April. The agency is part-owned by Coronation Street star Kim Marsh and her former husband Jamie Lomas. They're 39 and 41, respectively, if you were wondering. This is weird. I mean, this is weird. Some of those things, someone's got to take it off a website. These things happen, right? His name was also wrongly spelt Guest. A source close to Dean Gaffney said Dean was not happy when he heard about it and said straight away it should be taken down. Someone will get their knuckles rapped. What? Also, it's a mistake. You forget to... on my website, iainlee.com, it's still got links to 3 counties. I can't remember the password. It's going on changing the website. It's really... Here's the thing, right? People don't mention this. I don't think people use websites anymore. Because I was thinking of getting my website updated. It can cost you a fortune. It cost me a fortune. It will cost you a penny. That's the problem. I don't think people use websites anymore. There we go. And the last line is David's name has now been removed from the website. So, not a story. Yes, line 1.
Jeff, do you drive?
Yes, I do.
Wait, more to come.
Oh.
Do you drive?
Yes, I do.
Do you drive?
Yes, I drive.
No, Jeff, haven't finished the question. do you drive?
Yes, I drive.
Just let me finish the question. Jess, do you drive?
Yes, I drive.
You haven't finished yet. Jess, do you drive?
Yes, I...
Well, that was very good, thank you. If you don't know what that's a reference to, it's one of the funniest things that me and Kath have ever done. And Jeff. Certainly the funniest thing that me and Jeff have ever done, because it's the only thing we've ever done. If you go, it'll be on YouTube. If you type in Iain Lee, do you drive? It'll come up. It'll come up, no doubt. 0844 499 1000. Here's the thing, right? Who's the most beautiful woman in the world? Just think for a second. It's Nancy Delolio. No. Don't pull that face. She is the most sexiest. She is sexy. Proper sexy. Do you know what I mean? It's absolute stunner. But here she looks like, in this picture, I've just worked out who she looks like. Have a look at, can you see it from there? Who she looks like, Kath? Someone we know. It's like Tara. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? I was just staring at that with someone we used to work with. I was thinking, who does that look like? Oh, it's Tara, yeah. With her penchant for plunging necklines, deep fake tan and heavy eyeliner, that's a little bit rude. It's a little bit rude. Nancy Delolio is not known for understated style, but the socialite took her dramatic makeup one step further at a party this week, gluing fake Diamante eyelashes to her face, and she looks sexy. Fellow guests at the glittering event included artist Grayson Perry, who came as his cross-dressing alter ego Claire. So, and here we go. Wags might have speculated that Miss Delolio had been taking makeup tips. What? Okay, here's the question for the last 25 minutes of the show, guys, and this really is going to be a humdinger. This is what's missing from speech radio. Celebrities that have got apostrophes in their name. 0844 499 1000. Go. Delolio, obviously. That's what I can think of. There's a surname Death. Isn't there? Death, but there's an apostrophe between the D and the E, so they say Death. It's not, it's Death. You know, your surname was Death, and you put that apostrophe in there so that you didn't sound like such a prize Wally. Italian Miss Delolio, 54, the former partner of ex-England football manager Sven-Göran Eriksson, arrived at the central London event wearing a floor-length sequined V-neck caftan. The New York-born former reality TV... What reality TV show does she do? What? Big Bush? Big Brother? Was she in Big Brother? In this country? I wasn't working on that one. I missed that one. Whoa. Other guests at the VIP preview included Catherine Jenkins, Princess Eugenie, Prince Harry's ex-girlfriend Cressida Boners. Ms. Boners arrived at the party wearing... It goes... But Nancy Delolio is, without a shadow of a doubt, the sexiest. Thank you, Ernie. I'm glad Ernie Almond is impressed that I managed to name all of the members of the Stone Roses. Thank you, Ernie. It's my party piece. Imagine the fun parties I go to. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Here's a good thing. I say a good thing, I don't believe it. They've cured migraines. No, they haven't. Millions of well, maybe they have, I don't know. Millions of migraine sufferers could soon be offered relief after trials showed that now, hang on, when you say soon be, I've just realised this is a newspaper story. That might mean in 10 years. Let's read it and find out how much longer we've got to go. After trials showed that injections of a new drug could prevent attacks. I get migraines. I wrote about it on my website. And my migraines are the most intense pain. Honestly, well, my migraines are at their worst. If I had a gun, I say this not lightly, I would shoot myself in the head to make it stop. Honestly, it is the worst. It's incredible, the pain. I tend to throw up with my migraines as well, some of them. Hang on a second. Yes, line 1. Hello, line 1, you're on the air.
Hello, Ian. I'm gonna play you some audio of a celebrity with an apostrophe in their name.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to guess who it is.
Oh, this is good. And so, okay, right, go.
I know that you say this haven't been good for the both of us, and I'm causing you a lot of grief. So put those bags down, okay? Before you make a decision like that, please just listen to me, because I don't want you to leave. I definitely don't want you to leave. Just hear me out. Don't leave me now, with my head on my shoulders.
Is it D'Angelo? Is it someone who's coming on the show next week, Gilbert O'Sullivan? Oh, Terence Trent D'Arby! Terence Trent D'Arby!
Next week?
No, Gilbert O'Sullivan is.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much indeed. Next week or the week after. Is he not anymore? It's Gilbert O'Sullivan pulled out. Get on that microphone and tell me what's going on. I was excited by that. What's happened to Gilbert?
Excited too, right? Because a really nice PR woman who offers us lots of nice people offered him up. And I was like, yeah, of course we'll have him. We'll have a bit of that. Apparently, he's been very choosy this time around as to who we'll talk to. And she said, unfortunately, he won't be talking to Talk Sport. And I went, whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're not Talk Sport.
We're not Talk Sport.
Yeah.
And we've interviewed X, Y, and Z, and we don't interview people willy-nilly.
Yeah.
We interview people we love. Could you please go back to him? So she's going to go back to him.
Well, I'm going to... I don't want to burn all my Gilbert O'Sullivan CDs.
Don't burn them yet, because he thinks he's going on with Goldstein, obviously.
I'm tempted to burn them. And delete them all from my hard drive. I'm tempted to. But I don't want to do that.
Shall I send that email?
Send that, because I'm very tempted to burn all of them.
So how are you going to do that? With a match or Bunsen?
Bunsen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going to get my mate Ted Bunsen to do it. 08444991000. So when I get migraines, I haven't had one. I started to get one the other day, and I just gained way too many Nurofen just to get rid of it. Right. When I know that they're coming, I need to drink coffee and eat chocolate. I know. It's those things should make it worse. They don't. If I can feel it coming, and it feels completely different from a headache, right? It's like comparing having, an ache in your leg to having your leg amputated. You know, it's completely different things, right? And if I can feel it coming, if I get some caffeine and a big bar of chocolate in me, that can sometimes turn it around. But the migraines, the most painful thing. I go blind. I go kind of blind, where I can sort of see I can't recognise stuff in front of me. It's so hard to explain. And the pain is just incredible. And then when you throw up, and it's agony to throw up, everything is throbbing. The best thing I can do is sit in my car and put the aircon on super cold and take a load of Nurofen. That's the only thing that will have an impact. Then I'm out of it for 2 days. Anyway, patients responded to the jab given monthly. Oh, you get a monthly jab within 3. You'll grow out of it, they said when I was 8 and I went to the hospital. You'll grow out of it. Oh, thanks, guys. When's that going to happen? Patients responded to the jab given monthly within 3 days of the first one, according to the trial results. Let's see now. It says soon, so let's see. It doesn't say. So that means that we're years off it. Thanks, guys. 08444991000. Thanks a lot for nothing, guys. We were so close. We were so close to a cure. And yet there's no cure. And that makes me want to puke. It really makes me want to puke. See what, there's not really a lot in the, I was going to say, this is brilliant. This is terrible. We had a loft conversion done, and we had a loft conversion done in the house we had in North London, and a new kitchen put in. And, this is how insane London prices are, right? So it cost us a fortune, right? It cost us, I don't know, like £70,000 or something to have a whole house decorated, new kitchen and a loft conversion, right? And afterwards, we thought, let's get the house valued This is in London, right? Let's get the house valued to see if we've made our money back. You know, we were hoping we'll have made our, you know, at least some of our money back. Not only have we made our money back, we made another 60 grand on top of it. It was insane. We'd only been there for 2 years. We went, right, let's sell, move out. Let's cash in our chips now, shall we? It was a nice house, that. I like that house. Anyway. Oh, hang on a second. Yes, line 1.
I forgot. I had an idea for a guest.
Oh, yeah?
Are you into Steelers Wheel?
No.
Right. Okay, then no worries.
What was the idea for a guest?
Joe Egan from Steelers Wheel. You know, he was like with Rafferty and stuff.
Thank you very much indeed. We had we had 3 builders come round. Some English ones who were rubbish, some Polish ones that we gave the gig to. Sorry, guys, and some other Polish ones who were rubbish. The other Polish ones that we didn't have. This guy he'd been up building all night. He said he was wired and he was drinking a can of Red Bull as he was going around the house to give us the quote. And he was shaking, man. So you're not coming anywhere near. You're not coming anywhere near this. Oh, it was a nightmare, actually. It was a nightmare getting all that stuff done. We fell out with the architect, and I had to argue with people. I had to tell both the architect and the builders, who were arguing with each other, blaming each other for a massive muff-up. I said, right, guys, stop effing around now. Can we sort this out? You're getting right on my tits. That's what I said. Anyway, so there's a picture of this house, right? This end of terrace house, and it's all very, very nice. The owners had wished for a dramatic transformation of their £700,000 Victorian home. Okay, fair enough. But they got more than they bargained for when the end of terrace property collapsed. It collapsed during building work. 4, 5, 6, 7. Just doing my back counting. We got the back counting sorted out. We'll have them with a nice miserable song, shall we? In just 30 minutes, their renovation dreams were reduced to rubble when the upper floor of the property crashed to the ground in a cloud of dust and debris. Pictures taken yesterday show the roof bowing, and the walls of the property buckling dangerously before the structure tumbles earthwards in a matter of minutes. Joe, you bloody idiots, what have you done? You'd be gutted, wouldn't you? The houses, but you would be as well. Locals later claimed builders had removed internal walls along with supports in the roof space, apparently leaving the structure critically weakened. Don't take away the walls that hold up the blooming thing. Is it a supporting wall? Well, I don't know. Let's take it down, we'll find out. Don't take down the supporting walls. The house in Lewisham, South East London, was believed to have been bought for £660,000 in January as an investment by Sajda Hack-Williams and her husband, Robert. It was undergoing extensive work by builders and was empty at the time. But 5 months after work began, neighbours were ordered to evacuate their homes. Jesus. After the roof began to sag overnight. Police cordoned off the area on Tuesday. But minutes after experts arrived to inspect the site the next day, the roof in front of the house came crashing down. Flippin' heck. Horrified onlookers likened the sound of the collapse to a bomb, and some described an ear-splitting crunch. Now, this is where it gets a bit suspicious. Architect Ted Ashton, who was passing the property on his way to work. Were you really, Mr. Ashton? There is a really interesting character, and I can't find any evidence of this, but I know I've read it in the Jill Dando murder, right? There was a fella in the street that Jill Dando was murdered, on the day she was murdered, hiding in a skip. Do you remember this? This happened, right? And I can't find any evidence, but I know I read it. He was hiding in a skip, and the police took him in, and he was questioned, and he gave his name as Lord something, right? Tall, thin fella. Gave his name as Lord something, right? They found it had nothing to do with it, right? But he'd also been at the scene of 2 other murders over the past 15 years. This is tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to try and find that evidence again, because I've read this story years ago. If anyone can find me the link to this guy, he was hiding in a skip in the street on the day that Jill Dando was murdered. And I remembered. I wish I'd kept the newspaper cutting, because nobody else remembers that. And there's no way I dreamt that. You couldn't dream that stuff, man. That stuff had to be real. So if anybody knows, and his name was like Lord Ashton or something. I don't think he was a real lord. I think he bought his lordship on Tinternet. And that's where he got it from. So if anybody has any evidence on that, at Iain Lee. All right, guys, that's it. That's your lot. I'm going to play you a miserable song, but it's a good one, from the Crash Test Dummies' first album, When They Were Good.
I'm still young, but I know my days are numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. But a time will come when these numbers have all ended, and all I've ever seen will be forgotten. Won't you come to my funeral when my days are done? Life's not long, so I hope when I am finally dead and gone, you gather around when I am lowered into the ground. When my coffin is sealed and I'm safely 6 feet under, perhaps my friends will see fit then to judge me. Or when they pause to consider all my blunders, I hope they won't be too quick to begrudge me. Won't you come to my funeral when my days are done? Life's not long, so I hope when I am finally dead and gone, you gather around when I am lowered into the ground. If I should die before I wake up, I pray that the Lord my soul will take, but my body, it's your job. Well, I can't be sure where I'm headed after death, to heaven, hell, or yon to that great vast. But if I can, I would like to meet my maker. It's 1 or 2 things I'd sure like to ask. Won't you come to my funeral when my days are done? Life's not long, so I hope when I am finally dead and gone, you gather around when I am lowered into the ground.
Talk Radio. Intelligent, organic entertainment.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.